Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about trading versus gambling. Now, if you didn't see the recent video that I put out here on YouTube, I was in Las Vegas for a few days.
Alright. Oh wait. Spend a credit. Oh, I don't even need to hit the point. What's the point of that?
Gambling with my friends. It was a ton of fun, and I highly encourage, if you haven't already seen it, to go check out that video and see what happened, because there was a lot of fun, and the vlog was definitely worth the watch if you're looking for some laughs and some fun. But we basically went there for a few days, and while I was there, I did in fact gamble, and I kind of took some mental notes along the way of some of the similarities and differences between purely gambling in a casino and actually trading in the financial markets. Because as much as we love to think as traders, a lot of times people don't want to think of themselves as gambling, there's a lot more similarities to gambling and trading in the financial markets than we might think. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the similarities and some of the differences that I personally see as a person who has been trading for 5 years now, and I've built some consistency, found some success in this area relative to my horrible experiences in the gambling world. Some of the similarities, some of the differences. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Nick. I talk about trading and investing, and I try and keep it real here on the channel. Today we're talking about trading versus gambling. What's the difference? Is there even a difference? Is trading in the short term just pure gambling that results in a guaranteed loss over time? Well, today I'm going to be talking, again, a recap of my trip to Las Vegas, where I went and we played in the Bellagio. We went to Caesar's Palace, and we went all over the place playing the different tables and having fun. Now, because of the pandemic, there's not really a bunch of shows going on right now because it's all shut down. We were wearing masks, but we basically spent most of the time just in the casino because of not being able to do anything else. So I spent a lot of time playing things like blackjack. My buddy played poker for a while. We bet on some sports and played roulette and all of that sort of stuff. And I wanted to talk about some of my thoughts along the way of some of the similarities between those table games and casino games compared to trading the financial markets. Now, the first similarity that I'm going to say between the two things, between trading and gambling in the casino, is that you never know exactly what is going to happen on any particular bet or trade that you make. If you sit down at a roulette table, you have no idea if this is the time it's going to hit green or this is the time it's going to hit red. And when you take a trade, you have no absolute certainty that this trade is going to be the one that rocks your account up 10-20%. It's not a known factor. We know that in trading, we can take a position thinking that everything is lined up and it can still hit a stop loss. We can still stop out or have a drawdown or have a tough time. Same thing in gambling in the casino. You have no idea if this is going to be the big hit, right? When you're playing blackjack, you have no exact idea. You may have an idea if you're counting cards or if you're trying to use other things to your advantage, but for the most part, you have no certainty as to whether or not you're going to make money on any particular bet. Now, here's one of the big differences for most casino games between that and trading. When it comes to trading, if you really, really know your stuff, if you are a detailed analyst, you've done tons of work in either the technical analyst kind of phase or the fundamental analysis phase, then over time, over many, many years of practice and dedication to this, I believe that you can develop some edges, and I've seen many people do it, and I've done it myself, right? Developing a slight edge where you feel, there's a better chance that you are going to make money over time than lose it. Again, not on any particular bet. There's not a guarantee that I make money on this trade or this bet, but over time, there's a very strong chance or a strong probability that I'm going to make more money than I'm actually losing. Now, in the casino, for the most of the games, right, roulette, it's just spinning the wheel and the ball's going around and you're trying to guess if it's red, black, or green. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, and there's no certainty. And in fact, the edge is in the house's favor. So the casino is the one who has the edge over you. If you're the player, then over time, you are guaranteed to lose money in roulette. Now, that's a difference than in trading because there is not that way, right? There's plenty of people out there who have succeeded time and time again, long-term, results in the foreign exchange market, in the stock market, in the cryptocurrency market, right? There's people who have been able to beat the house, if you will. And so that's one of the biggest differences is a lot of those games in the casino are straight up the house has the edge and you're never going to win. But in trading, it's up to you to build an edge and to build a strategy that over time can kind of survive the different market moves that are out there. Now, there is one similarity here. A lot of times I've been doing a lot of studying in blackjack just for fun recently, and there's such thing as counting cards, right? I'm sure you've heard of people counting cards where they basically look through, the cards that are being laid out on the table and they count how likely it is that there's going to be cards that are going to be favorable to them coming out next, or if there's more likely that they're going to get dealt bad cards. Well, counting cards is actually a completely legal way to play at the casino. Now, if you do it too well, they will kick you out, and that's kind of a bummer because it's like if you start to actually develop an edge, they'll kick you out, and that's why, right? Because they know that if you learn how to count cards well enough, then you're going to basically make money over time in the casino, and they don't want that. They're in the business of making money, not giving it out for free, so they kick you out. Similar to trading, though, and this is still why I like trading better, of course, when it comes to trading in the markets, my computer shut off. When it comes to trading in the financial markets, the people don't stop you from trading, right? They don't care if you're making money or losing money. The market doesn't really care. So when it comes to trading in the markets, you can play out your edge forever if you want to, right? And you can, right? That's the difference between something like blackjack, where people can argue you can develop an edge, but the casino will kick you out after a certain point if you continue to make a bunch of money, right? Because that's that's not advantageous to them. But the difference is in the market doesn't care. The market doesn't care if you're making money, losing money. They're not watching you. They're not fighting you directly. It's everybody against everybody. It's like this one giant pool. Now, similar to another concept is poker, right? Some people argue, and I am by no means a professional. I'm a very, very amateur gambler. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun in the casino. But I've been reading from people who know more than me, and they've talked about poker as well. So poker, you can sit down with people who might just be having too many drinks, or they might not know what they're doing, or they might show their facial expressions way too often, or maybe they play super loose or super tight very consistently, and it's somewhat predictable, right? And you can develop a slight edge at the table, right? There's another example of an edge that may be arguably attainable in the gambling world. So here's the thing. Trading and gambling, are they really that different? I would say that if you have like no strategy and no bets that you could ever twist into your favor, then you could be gambling in either one. You could be gambling in the financial markets or on the roulette table. But if you take the time to really learn your skill, master your craft in trading, just like in something like blackjack, right? Potentially, yes, you actually can develop an edge and become a profitable trader or gambler. And when you hear gamble, you just think, oh, that's just, you're going to lose your money. But there is people out there who have made it in the foreign exchange world, the stock market, and in the casino, right? You've heard stories of people who consistently make money. There's people who get thrown out of casinos because they make so much money because they figure out how to develop an edge and how to actually make money. So the vast majority of people, myself included, walk away from the casinos with losing money. Again, I wasn't there to try and beat the house. I would expect. I know from my trading experience that developing an edge takes so much time and dedication. It's not just you show up to a casino, you play a few hands of poker, or you play blackjack for a few hours and you develop an edge. Similar to trading, there's a big similarity is that both of which, if you ever want to actually develop an edge, take a tremendous amount of dedication, and second off, you need capital. This is interesting to me too, because when I went into the blackjack world or was studying, listening to people who were professional at it, they say you not only have to have a mastered understanding of the game fundamentally, you need to know some of the antics of the casino, and you need to know how to count cards professionally, right? These are all these things that you need to do. I'm sitting there as a trader and I'm like, wow, this is just like trading. Trading is so similar because have to understand so many things, and you have to understand the concept of risk management and having enough capital and understanding what's realistic to shoot for in order to actually make profit. And that's after you've developed enough of a good enough strategy, right? So there is some complexity to both. There is some dedication required to both to actually make money. Now again, in both, the vast majority are just going to walk away losing their money. In trading, you always hear 95% of traders fail. In gambling, I'd say 99.9% of people fail, and then the 0.1% can actually make money. And so, it's a never-ending conversation, debate, I guess, if you want to call it that, when it comes to gambling and when it comes to trading, of people developing edges and, is the edge still there and that sort of stuff. But it is a fascinating topic to me. I want to hear from some of you guys if you have any thoughts on this. Let me know down below in the comments about trading, about gambling. Is there similarities? What are some other differences that I haven't thought of? I guess the other biggest difference that I kind of already touched on was the idea that when you're in the casino, you're playing against the house a lot of times, and the house is actively trying to stop you from making money. Whereas in the trading world, a true ECN broker, for example, in the forex world, they don't really care about you making money or losing money. They're just going for your spreads, right? So they don't really care if you're making money or losing money. They care more that you just keep doing it. So in fact, it's probably better in your case if you make money. So there's not like this big house that's just trying to absolutely steal your money. When it comes to trading, sure, there are big banks and institutions, but they're mostly battling against each other. They're not battling for retail money, which is a very small minority of the actual money that's moving around in the markets. So that's just my 2 cents when it comes to trading, when it comes to gambling, my thoughts, some of the similarities, some of the differences. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you back in the next one.